Hello friends, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel SS Hub for Fundas and Concepts. Our today's topic is forests. The forests serve as green lungs and water purifying systems in nature. Various animals live in the forest. From the broad view of the forest, different treetops form green cover over the land. The environment is peaceful and a cool breeze often nourish your senses. In a forest, there are sudden sounds of birds and some noise from the top branches of the trees. Monkeys climb higher up on the trees where they disturb the birds. Animals often give this type of warning call to alert other animals. Many other animals like boar, bison, jackals, porcupine, elephants, tiger, lion live in the deeper areas of the forest. Children, you should not go deep into the forest without proper security and assistance. The forest provides a home for many animals and plants. Sal, teak, semal, sisam, neem, palash, fig, care, amla, bamboo, kachnar are some of the plants found in forests. The land in a forest is uneven and covered with many trees. There are several other trees, shrubs, herbs and grasses in the forest. The trees are also covered with different types of creepers and climbers. The sun is barely visible through the leaves of the trees, making it quite dark inside the forest. Observe the various things in your home and make a list of those which are made from material which may have been obtained from the forest. You might have many wooden items on your list like plywood, fuel wood, boxes, paper, matchsticks and furniture. Do you know that gum, oils, spices, fodder for animals and medicinal plants are also some of the products which we get from the forest? Did you ever wonder who would have planted these trees? In nature, trees produce enough seeds. The forest floor provides favorable conditions for them to germinate and develop into seedlings and saplings. Some grow up into trees. The branchy part of a tree above the stem is known as the crown of the tree. The branches of the tall trees look like a roof over the plants in the forest. This is called a canopy. In a forest, beautiful butterflies flutter here and there on the flowers of shrubs and herbs. You can come across numerous insects, spiders, squirrels, ants and various other small animals on the bark of the trees, plant leaves and on decaying leaves on the forest floor. The forest floor seems to be dark colored and is covered with a layer of dead and decaying leaves, fruits, seeds, twigs and small herbs. The decaying matter is moist and warm. You may have a question. There are many forests like this. What difference will it make if we cut some trees for a factory? You have heard about autotrophs, heterotrophs and saprotrophs. You have learned how green plants produce food. All animals, whether herbivores or carnivores, depend ultimately on plants for food. Organisms which feed on plants often get eaten by other organisms and so on. For example, grass is eaten by insects, which in turn is taken by the frog. The frog is consumed by the snakes. This is said to form a food chain. Grass to insects to frog to snake to eagle. Many food chains can be found in the forest. All food chains are linked. If any one food chain is disturbed, it affects other food chains. Every part of the forest is dependent on the other parts. If we remove one component, say trees, all other components would be affected. We can see an army of tiny insects, millipedes, ants and beetles on the floor of the forest. We wonder how these organisms live there. Apart from these animals, which are easily seen, there are several organisms and microorganisms that live in the soil. We wonder what mushroom and other organisms eat. They feed upon the dead plant and animal tissues and convert them into a dark colored substance called humus. The microorganisms which convert the dead plants and animals to humus are called as decomposers. These microorganisms play an important role in the forest. The presence of humus ensures that the nutrients of the dead plants and animals are released into the soil. From there, these nutrients are again absorbed by the roots of the living plants. What happens if an animal dies in the forest? The dead animals become food for vultures, crows, jackals, and insects. In this way, the nutrients are cycled, so nothing goes waste in a forest. Why forests are called green lungs? Plants release oxygen through the process of photosynthesis. We all know that plants release oxygen through the process of photosynthesis. The plants help to provide oxygen for animal respiration. They also maintain the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. That is why forests are called lungs. The forest is not just home to planets. Many people also live in the forest. Some of them may belong to different tribes. These people depend mostly on the forests. The forest provides them with food, shelter, water, and medicines. They have traditional knowledge about many medicinal plants in the forest. These dense bushes and the tall grass provide animals with food and shelter. They also protect them from the carnivores that live in the forest. Forest officers could recognize the presence of some animals in the forest by their droppings and footprints. In forest, we see large decaying heap of animal dropping. Several beetles and grubs feed on the heap and a bunch of seedlings sprout from this. These seedlings are of the herbs and the shrubs. The animals also disperse the seeds of certain plants and help the forest to grow and regenerate. The decaying animal dung also provides nutrients to the seedlings to grow. By harboring greater variety of plants, the forest provides greater opportunities for food and habitat for the herbivores. Larger number of herbivores means increased availability of food for a variety of carnivores. The wide variety of animals helps the forest to regenerate and grow. Decomposers help in maintaining the supply of nutrients to the growing plants in the forest. Therefore, the forest is a dynamic living entity full of life and vitality. When it rains in the forest, the raindrops do not hit the forest floor directly. The uppermost layer of the forest canopy intercepts the flow of raindrops, and most of the water comes down through the branches and the stems of the trees. From the leaves, it drips slowly over branches of the shrubs and herbs. We find that the ground is still dry. Water does not stagnate in the forest. We find that ground is still dry after the rain stops. This is because water does not stagnate in the forest. If it rains so heavily in town, it would have flooded the drains and roads. The forest also acts as natural absorber of rainwater and allows it to seep. It helps maintain the water table throughout the year. Forests not only help in controlling floods, but also help maintain the flow of water in the streams so that we get a steady supply of water. On the other hand, if trees are not present, rain hits the ground directly and may flood the area around it. Heavy rain may also damage the soil. Roots of trees normally bind the soil together, but in their absence, the soil is washed away or eroded. If we do things wisely, we could preserve forests and environment as well as have development. Forests provide us with oxygen. They protect soil and provide habitat to a large number of animals. Forests help in bringing good rainfall in neighboring areas. They are source of medicinal plants, timber, and many other useful products. We must preserve our forests. What would happen if forests disappear? If forests disappear, the amount of carbon dioxide in air will increase, resulting in increase of Earth's temperature. In the absence of trees and plants, the animals will not get food and shelter. In the absence of trees, the soil will not hold water, which will cause floods. Deforestation will endanger our life and environment. Think what we can do to preserve our forests. Let us summarize what we have learnt from this chapter. We get various products from the forests surrounding us. Forest is a system comprising various plants, animals, and microorganisms. In a forest, trees form the uppermost layer, followed by shrubs. The herbs form the lowest layer of vegetation. Different layers of vegetation provide food and shelter for animals, birds, and insects. The various components of the forest are interdependent on one another. The forest keeps on growing and changing and can regenerate. In the forest, there is interaction between soil, water, air, and living organisms. Forests protect the soil from erosion. Soil helps forests to grow and regenerate. Forests are the lifeline for the forest-dwelling communities. Forests influence climate, water cycle, and air quality. I thank you all for your listening, and please stay tuned to this channel for more updates. Cheers.